Hello guys, good morning. This is a quick video on Alienware. I'm not a regular video blog updater, so kindly pardon my nudeness. So what I'm gonna present to you in this video is the new Alienware 14X that is in front of me right now. So just go on to the Alienware FX and switch on the Go Light option. Pardon me, I'm recording this video on my mobile phone. So right, there we go, the fantastic lighting of the Alienware. I'm not gonna go in a very in-depth review of the hardware stuff for this Alienware. Just wanna point out a few of the stuff that is really necessary. So I was a Sony Vaio Z series user. That's my Sony Vaio on the right hand side. The few changes for people who are shifting to Dell or Alienware especially. This Power Beast comes with a GTX 765 graphic card, 2GB NVIDIA DDR5. The first question that I found many people asking on the web is how it automatically configures whether to shift to NVIDIA or use the Intel chipset on board stuff. As you can see over here, the Intel graphics property and NVIDIA both running simultaneously. Okay, so on Sony Vaio, what happens is there is a switch called, I don't know if it's visible. There is a switch called speed and stamina. See right here. So you can manually configure it, or there is an auto over here which will auto configure when and where to use. So this is not for the case of Alienware. For Alienware, what happens is although you have got a switch, there you go, or right on F5, there is a switch called switchable graphics IDGFX. So when you press that by pressing FN and F5, a dialog box such as this turns up. So this is kind of very annoying because you need to restart every time if you need this switch to take effect, which is kind of quite annoying, to be honest. In case of Sony, this doesn't happen. It takes changes on the go because this is NVIDIA CUDA graphics card. Alright, so what has happened is when you're working normally or generally on Microsoft Word or stuff like that, this is gonna actually take on your Intel graphics card. And since I'm running on battery right now, and that to a power saving mode, it will by default, as you can see, it will by default take the Intel graphics card. But for example, say you need to game, okay, for hardcore gamers, what you need to do is there is an option called as game mode. I'll just show you quickly for that. So let's go to the Alienware panel, right click on that, Alienware FX editor. It takes some time to load up. Yeah, there we go. What happens there is a mode called as game mode. When you switch that on, there are a few predefined functions. You have to go and click on Alien Adrenaline. It's kind of a fancy name. And there you go. So I'm kind of only CSGO player, so I've installed CSGO. So it automatically recognizes the games that are installed on your laptop. Now let me tell you, people who tend to use pirated games, and I know people out there who use pirated games, Alienware will not detect your pirated game stuff. Only original games are detected by Alienware Adrenaline. So when you click on that, or when you double click, there are sets of options that comes up over here. Okay, these are the kind of action that takes place when you select game mode. So you can check this or uncheck this, or open up web links and stuff like that. So you can bind it specially. Okay, so let me show you very quickly what happens. So when you tend to play game on a normal laptop, you just go and click on that game icon, but in Alienware everything is different. So what happens is, if you need the complete performance out, go and select game mode, and that quickly will change everything. Wait and watch. There we go. It comes up with your Alienware lighting, the special lighting effects, okay, and few of the functions that follows here. So these are the functions that I have selected. Alienware, the theme gets changed with this cool touchpad. The accelerator is ready. Now this is the main part, okay. Acceleration is the main thing which you need. So this automatically transfer your graphics card to an NVIDIA GTX from Intel, and then it says launch Counter-Strike. Now since I'm binded with Steam, it's asking for my login password. So once I log in over here, it will automatically redirect me to the game. Okay, now for that, so that's one thing that I wanted to show you in this video. Exit the game mode. Second thing, people who are not such a big gamer, okay, let me just go ahead and let me just go dark, because it hogs up the battery too much. So go dark, and all of your light turns up except the power button, right? Okay, yeah. So people who really want to work on this laptop and not a gamer, a graphics designer, or who loves to really work with high graphics such as Maya or Adobe Light and stuff like that, they tend to keep their power cord switched on to this laptop continuously. So what happens is, if you continuously charge your laptop, and once it reaches 100% and it keeps on overcharging, over a prolonged period of time, your battery can drain out, in the sense like it gets overcharged and the ion particle collides. Okay, so to save that, there is no separate software that is provided with Alienware. I was kind of disappointed, but there is one that is binded with the Windows. So what you need to do is just go to this battery icon over here, just point it over here, there is your battery icon, right click and click on desktop mode battery change. Once you click on that, this dialog box opens up. So normally this is selected on disable, so make sure that you enable this battery. Okay, even if you're playing games for a prolonged period of time and you're connected to the AC power output and your battery is already charged, make sure this is enabled, because otherwise you're gonna have to pay a hefty price of 15k for Indian rupees to just change your battery. Okay, make sure this is enabled and then click OK over here. What this does is it charges your battery in between 50 to 100%, and it doesn't allow overcharging of your battery. Okay, so just click OK and you're good to go. The third thing that I wanted to point out for this Alienware is Alienware Respawn. Let me open up my charm. Let me type in Alien Respawn. There we go. Yep. There we go. So in Alien Respawn, there are like a couple of options, so don't get confused with that, and it's always a good stuff to do it. So Alien Respawn is just a fancy name. What it does, it restores and backs up your data. Normally on a stored or factory setting, and the stuff comes with the basic. If you want to upgrade it, it's like $200 online. You can save it in cloud, stuff like that. Really not necessary for me because I do most of my work on the other laptop, which is pretty good. It says unhealthy over here. Okay, so guys who are having Alienware laptop and is really worried about this, I would suggest to you, do not worry, because these are the few of the stuff that well, I don't think it's necessary. But make sure you have enabled this, okay, factory reinstall disk. Okay, for my suggestion, take a 16 GB pen drive, just log in over there and make a backup. Okay, and just in case if your system crashes, plug the USB in and make the power on of your laptop, and it will restore back to your original settings from the factory. Another thing is that it's the bootable backup. It's something which is very, very important. Okay, I haven't done this yet because there's a new laptop that I got last week. Still working on it. Make sure you do this. Okay, and not on a DVD. Make sure it's a USB hard disk or something. Okay, so this is very, very important, guys. Make sure you do it, because I've been reading through the online blog and many people have not actually done this and have faced problem. Yes, lastly, well, this is not a customized Alienware. Normally the stock one, which comes with 80 GB SATA, SSD plus 1 TB hard disk with 7200 RPM. You can always go ahead and upgrade the RAM from 8 to 16 GB, and you can upgrade the SATA. Once again, a little disappointed because you know, HDD really doesn't work with SSD, because I've been using SSD in my Sony Wire and its response is really, really fast. For example, if like I go and click on this desktop icon over here, it immediately opens up because this is running on complete 256 GB SSD with Intel Raid 0, where this is running on a hybrid boot startup only for SSD and 1 TB hard drive. So when I click on this, check out the response time. It takes a lot of time compared to SSD, because you know, when it's in an idle mode, especially when you're using in a battery saving mode, what happens is the hard disk completely powers down and there is no power, so it gives power, then starts rotating and reading, and then it opens up. So it takes quite a long time to open, but once it's done, it's kind of pretty fast, so you won't notice any difference. But once again, people with efficiency crazy, you can always upgrade to 256 GB SSD, which will bind and work with your system. And here is the 10 GB SSD that I can work with if needed for only data. I haven't stored anything over here, have I? Not? Yeah. So yeah, guys, these are the 3 things that I wanted to point out in this short video. I know if this is not kind of professional, but do let me know what do you think about this video, and if there is any other help which I'll be able to help you out with, do let me know. Once again, thank you. This has been a pleasure showing you the video, Alienware 14X. Peace out.